Hi, everybody. This is Fiber Artist Market with Copper K in Montana, and we're going to be meeting the vendors. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. We're here live with you from the Copper K Ranch outside of Whitehall, Montana. We're starting off our day with Carol of Seitzhoff Merinos. Carol.
Hi, I'm Carol Stites, and we raise South Australian Merinos. We chose to raise Merinos because they have some of the softest wool, and we chose South Australian origins because the body is larger, they produce more wool, they have a longer staple length, and some of the genetics come from the middle of Australia, which is desert-like, so they're resistant to arid places. But also we've mixed in rams from southern Australia, which is wetter, so they're resistant to the wet in our winter. And Seitzhoff Merinos is on the web at seitzhoff.com. We're on Facebook as Seitzhoff, and we're on Instagram as Seitzhoff. So our main product is raw fleeces, and we ship them all over the United States and to Norway and Canada. But we do take some of our fleece and we make roving. This is some of our brown roving from this year. And we
Could you tell us what roving is for the people who may not know?
Yeah. Roving is the precursor to yarn. So it goes to the wool mill, and we use the wool mill in Belgrade. And they card it, and then they make it into this long tubular structure, and then a spinner will take it and spin it into yarn. We also sell yarn, and this is a couple of examples of our yarn from this year. Mocha. Champagne color from Lily, and vanilla cream from Captain Jack. We have all color of merinos. We have Morit, which is reddish brown, black, and gray, and we have a ram of each color. So during lambing season, it's sort of like Easter and Christmas on our farm. We don't know what we're going to get, but we get beautiful colors. And I also have a few products that have been made from our fleece and yarn. This was knit from some of our chocolate yarn and roving brown, the hitchhiker pattern, which knitters will recognize. And this lovely scarf was made from 5 different fleeces on our farm. And the warp and weft go from white to dark. So there's a light corner and a dark corner.
Hold it up. Hold it up like this, Carol. Hold it up like this so we can see the whole thing. Thank you. That's beautiful.
And then this shawl is made from 5 different fleeces. Each stripe is a different shapes of fleece.
How did you get started in this?
Well, we got started as sheep farmers. My husband had a commercial flock when he was younger, and that didn't work out. But when we moved to Montana, we obtained some acreage, and we decided that we would put sheep on it. And we chose merinos because they have some of the softest wool, and we wanted to do it at a small size, not a commercial size. So our flock is around 25, and that allows us to be very, handle our animals a lot. And the other thing about merinos, and the reason we chose merinos, is that they're a really mellow breed of sheep. So it's just such a joy raising them and having lambs, and then we also sell breeding stock because you can't have too many rams, but keeping the flock size at 25 allows us to create a very high value product that we sell to hand spinners. One of the other festivals that we go to every year is the Black Sheep Gathering, which is the largest colored wool show in the West. And last year we were very honored to be awarded the Black Sheep Cup, which is the 5 best fleeces from the entire show. So we're very proud to share that with everybody and produce award-winning fleeces.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Could you tell us your website again so people can buy your products online?
We're on the web at steitzhof.com. Steitzhof. It means Steitz Ranch in German.
Ah, thank you for your time. All right, everyone, we're going to head on over to one of the organizers for this group. Where's Cammie? Yeah, it's time.
I'll grab it.
Okay. All right, we're headed over to Ranching Fiber Tradition. While we're waiting for Cammie, one of our organizers, I'm going to show you the Fiberway, the color that was selected. Now they put everything online and let us select which color we wanted to be the theme for this festival. So this item is going to be offered just during the festival. If there's anything left on, it'll be online afterwards at Ranching Fiber Tradition. Okay. We also have some other festival wear here while we're waiting for our person. This year we have t-shirts designed by Ashley. There's Ashley sporting a t-shirt. She also made the bags. About time, here she is. And we have some Copper Cave Barn bags as well with the Fiberfest logo and Montana in the center. So now we have Cammie. That Fiberway we showed you is about to be shown live in use. Right here with Miss Cammie.
Hi guys. Sorry I was kind of late to my live. I got caught up with a teacher. My name's Cammie Noyes. I'm with Ranching Tradition Fiber. I'm a 5th generation rancher here in Whitehall, Montana. This is our 4th year having the Copper Cave Fiber Festival. This is actually my sister's venue. We used to laminate when I was growing up. So when she started redoing her venue, it just was exciting to do a festival. And I'm a fiber artist. I taught myself a self-taught fiber artist. I've been, oh man, spinning for 14 years. I've had sheep for 16. And I love it. I love playing with color and everything. So I do have, that's 2 around my booth maybe. I do a festival color every year. I pick a favorite festival color.
I may have showed that to them already.
Okay, and so this tank top I made, I'm kind of excited about it because I just knitted it. I'm not a very good knitter, and I knitted it off of measurements. So to me, that's very exciting. And I used this yarn right here. And a bunch of other fun things. My daughter draws fun little cartoon artwork, and we made notebooks and stickers with them. I also did. I have the copper leaf. I didn't finish it yet, my sample, but I did the copper leaf sweater, and I have kits available for those. So the copper leaf sweater is based out of my Tobacco Root Valley yarn. So what my Tobacco Root Valley yarn is, it's all my wool, and it's processed right here in Whitehall at our local mill, the Montana Wool Barn. And then I do the dyeing after it's spun. So I have sumac, sage, chokecherry, larkspur, fall ash. This is my natural. And this is fir, cone, big sky, rye, slate, and Madison. All the names I come up with represent something in the area. A plant, a river, something. This is all my hand spun. I love to spin colors. And then I have lots of different blends of Robin this year. So all my sheep are white because they're a Targhee Rambouillet. So it was fun to do different blends with other fiber I've accumulated, like we all do, and see what the colors came out like. So those are fun. I have some Corespun yarn. I'm a Valkyrie dealer, and I also have a local guy that custom makes me leather, comb, and hackle covers to make it safe if you're storing your combs. Everybody knows how sharp those are.
Tell us what the combs and hackles are.
They are to comb, process your raw fiber or your washed fiber into a combed top.
Okay.
And then I have other dyed samples or dyed roving taught. I sell felter grab bags kind of idea to felters. And this is just some of the undyed Corespun. I also am an Ashford dealer, so pretty much anything Ashford offers I can order. I only have a few things here today, but I can order any of it. It's taken a little longer to get it with COVID, but we all understand that. I don't have anything, none of this product's on my website right now because I couldn't keep up with both. So it will be listed, backlisted next week.
Tell us your website.
My website's www.ranchingtraditionfiber.com. That is also the website for the actual Fiber Festival. But to find through my website to find information about the Fiber Festival, you go to the top tab. This is Copper Cave Fiber Festival. Click on that. There's drop-down menu and all sorts of options. And go to our vendor page.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add before we head on over to Betty?
I did have a giveaway. Was I supposed to be doing the giveaway?
You
right
can
now?
do a giveaway.
Oh, I
How
have
exciting,
a giveaway.
people. We have a giveaway.
Let me see if I can find my giveaway. So the giveaway is a skein of my Tobacco Valley yarn that I dyed
Ooh.
in the festival color.
Down here so we can see the color.
And I want to make sure you know what is in this skein. It's Targhee Rambouillet wool, locally grown, locally processed, locally dyed. It's about a 3-ounce skein, 250 yards, and it's a 11 DK weight. And this is a specialized color just for the festival.
Yep, and this
Matt,
giveaway
and
is
Matt, look at that.
this giveaway. Look at that yarn in action. This giveaway is going to be for one of our listeners online.
Hopefully Mary can explain that, the giveaway, how it works.
Yes, Mary will explain the giveaway. Thank you. So we'll get the information to you about who wins that, and that lovely yarn will be headed your way. The t-shirts and things, will those be on sale if there are extras?
It will be on sale and
Okay.
on the website I gave you. That's
Okay.
what it will be. And if there are extras.
Okay. So the shirts and the bags that I showed you in the beginning.
And pins and stickers. And
Oh, I missed those. You want to show us those too?
the stickers, great for your water bottles or whatever people like to put stickers on.
Sorry, I'm not doing that too well. Okay, let's go on this side.
So sorry. Is that better?
That is better. Look at that adorable sticker with our logo on it.
So my daughter drew these, so it's kind of fun. And that one, it's just the same picture, but it's on a little pin. For all you festival goers that always have collected your pins, these are kind of popular. They're only, these are $1 and the stickers are $5.
All right, we're gonna head on
Thanks
over
for
to
joining us.
Betty at Snowdrift Alpacas. Betty hails to us out of Butte, Montana. She's on the phone.
I'm off now.
Hello. Hello. Good morning.
So I am Betty Chiava. I am Snowdrift Alpacas here in Butte, Montana. I'm one of the organizers with Cami Noyes of Ranching Tradition Fiber. It's a beautiful weekend. We have lots of vendors here. We have some classes that we're going on. We have some just free Q&A lectures. Right now we have the Shaving to Saving program going on in a tent. I will have a talk about Alpaca Fiber 101 this afternoon. So it's great. We have lots of people. Everybody's being great about all the new rules in life now. So this has been a great experience so far, and it's not even new yet. So my website is www.snowdriftalpacas.com. I am one of the bag people, and I need to keep up with it more. But you definitely can get a hold of me through that as well, and all my information. And this year may be the year that I need to be a little bit better at doing the website. So this might be the kick in the pants I need.
So tell us how you got started.
So I got started, well, I'm a Kansas farm girl. I moved to Montana about 20 years ago when I met my husband, and we got married. We were looking for some property to build a house, and the Kansas farm girl and me came out and said, well, if we have, 8 acres, 10 acres, I got to do something with that. So he definitely put his foot down with dairy goats. So I said, well, fine, what about alpacas? Okay. So we ended up getting a small herd of 3, and then we went to 6, and now we're up to 12 alpacas. I did want to learn how to spin and make my own yarn, because growing up in Kansas, especially during the blizzard seasons, Mom and I would just sit in the living room because there'd be no power, and we'd just crochet. And I always loved the different colors of yarns that we would have in the blizzard afghans that we would make with all the remnants of ends of yarn. So spinning yarn and making my own was definitely something that I've always wanted to do. So this was a great opportunity by having alpacas to be able to do that with fiber from my own animals. So I just love it.
Awesome. You going to show us some of your products?
Sure, come on in. So my husband is a potter, so I do have some of his pottery. He's not here this weekend. So this is some of my hand spun yarn. I do kind of like blending things. I love the natural colors, but I know there just needs to be a little pop of color just due to the desirability to be able to market it and sell it. But I love using the base of it as my rose grays, my silver grays, my bay blacks that I have. This is a true bay black, so it's a brownish black, pure color, nothing blended in. But I also like to play with some different wools, just to kind of, again, to add that little bit of color. So this white is actually the shared project of Cami and I. So it's 50% her wool, 50% my alpaca. So she has hers in roving form. I didn't get around to dye mine, so it's white. So people can dye it themselves or just leave it as white. So this is right off the bobbin. So it's kind of a fun, and I love the combination of targhee and alpaca, so it's great. And then just
What is that right behind it?
right behind it?
That is beautiful.
Yeah. So again, this is kind of spider. This is all again the bay black. I was kind of taking a run on the roving of the bay black, so I mixed the bay black with a little bit of a dyed wool that was kind of an orange. I used some of the turquoise, which I got out of Cami's booth, so that should be a BFL lock, and then the white. So again, primarily alpaca, but it does have wool in it. And I was just kind of playing with some different colors on my carter. I might have actually been trying to do a fractal spin, but
A
either way,
fractal
it's
fly?
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
but this is what it came out to be, and I love it. I love the color, the brightness.
that's gorgeous.
So that's some of my hand spun yarn, and of course I do have roving. As a spinner, I'm always looking for roving as well, especially colors that I don't have. So, I do offer 4 and 8 ounce bags of roving just for the spinners that might not always have a good chance to get their hands on a good alpaca fiber. I do put the microns, which I'm going to talk about in my Alpaca Fiber 101. What are microns? Why are they important? For people who do know what they are, it's good to be able to blend in the alpaca world, like microns together. And so I try to do that when I do add a sheep fiber or anything like that. I want to kind of know about what the grade is so that it doesn't roughen or coarsen up a finer fiber. Same thing with my alpaca. I don't want to coarsen up a really fine wool sheep wool fiber either. So I kind of I do that a lot. I do have some felting fiber. So the higher grades, so grade 4 and things that I deem maybe just a little too coarse for next to your skin. So I have a tendency to just kind of dye it for either wet felting or needle felting. It's definitely is spinnable. It's just, you know, again, the fibers are just a little bit coarser. So depending on people's skin sensitivity, it may make them kind of itch a little bit or it may not. And I talk about that also in my fiber talk about the skin sensitivity. And then last but not least, I have our woven rugs that my mom weaved.
Wait, the animals.
The animals. My animals. So these are my hand-stitched upcycled wool sweater animals. So I designed them myself. So I have an owl, because an owl ended up getting in a chicken coop and killing some chickens. So I made an owl. My chickens, I grew up kind of with hogs and cattle, so I love my little piggies. So I make pigs. And then I just have an elephant. I had a coworker that was doing a Noah's Ark thing, and so I had made her an elephant, and everybody loved it. So I continued on. So my own patterns, I do hand stitch them. I do not use a sewing machine. So I have some of those. And then the woven rugs that my mom weaves. We have a 1920s Union loom. So it's a workhorse, it's a beast, but she is doing great. The loom is my mother as well, but they both are workhorses. So, but yeah, just kind of a nice tabby weave. Mom really enjoys weaving, and so that's kind of her contribution to our business as well.
So how do we find these products online again?
At www.snowdriftalpacas.com, and I will be putting them on here this year, hopefully within the month, because I don't think I'm doing any more shows this year. So I will do that. You guys are the kick in the pants I need.
Tell us about the festival next year.
Next
What
year,
can we expect?
yes. Well, I am working on, I had some ideas that didn't pan out this year just due to COVID and things like that. So I'm working on a bobbin lace demonstration, as well as a couple of other things. I don't know. Ask me in a little bit and I'll remember those things.
If people are coming from other states, what kind of accommodations are there for them here?
So we do have camping here at the festival for tents and campers. They are limited numbers. It is dry camping. We do have several other RV parks in the area. We have lots of Airbnbs or rentals. There is a hotel here in Whitehall. Butte itself is not very far away from Whitehall itself, so that's a bigger town, so there's definitely a lot more motels and hotels there, as well as a campground as well. But we've been having like a big turnout of people just loving to camp here because they just want to enjoy the countryside a little bit longer than just the festival hours. So nighttime is fun. Everybody kind of talks and mingles amongst themselves and things like that. So that will always be going on, but we're always looking for new and unique teachers, especially new and unique fiber arts techniques that aren't necessarily at every other fiber festival. At least that's my goal when I'm looking for teachers or classes at festivals that I do go to. I'm always looking for that something different. And this year we had silk painting as a class come tomorrow. So that was kind of that something new and different that we haven't had in this area before.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. We're going to head off down. My list flew away.
And it's actually going to be right in the first tent. Yep. So right now,
Lots of people are making it out here to the Fiber Festival.
So yeah, so they extract it once they process it.
We're going to head down here to Spin Dance Acres. We're going to steal the host if we can and take a look at all of these items. Now my paper flew away, so remind me of your name. You can take that off while we're doing this.
My name is Bonnie Barkus. I'm from Boise, Idaho, and we operate Spin Dance Acres.
It's kind of dark in there. Let's come out here if you don't mind. Yeah. All right. So tell us, do you have a website that people can reach you or
I
buy your
do.
products?
It's Spin Dance Churros, and we raise a rare breed of sheep. They're called Navajo Churros. They're on the threatened list with livestock conservancy. These are some pelts from like locker lambs.
Look at how long the fiber is. If I can
It's a
see
double
it there.
coat. They have an inner coat that's really fine, and the outer coat then is, of course, usually kind of straight. These are lambs, so they're a little more curled. It's a very interesting wool. It's good for outer garments. You know, something that's going to take a lot of abuse, because that outer coat provides the durability and wear that you want to see for like a pair of socks. You know, something that's going to, I've got a purse in there. I used it for probably 6 years and it still looks like new. I mean, it's in really great shape. But we started out just looking for something to keep a piece of property that we had purchased in an ag exemption in Idaho. And my husband's actually the one that brought up the idea of sheep. It was just one of those weird coincidences that ran onto an article in a little periodical that we still take. And they devoted the whole issue to the Navajo Churro sheep in history. And that's what got me started down the road with these sheep.
Oh, wow.
It just sort of snowballed from there, of course. I started with the sheep. Next thing I'm weaving, I'm spinning, I'm, you know, a whole gamut of everything.
It's a dark path.
It's an interesting fiber. It's very different. It's excellent for weaving. It really shines for weaving. It's just something about it that it has more life to it somehow than a lot of wools for weaving.
Do you want to head in and show us some of your products?
Kind of set this up. So this is the roving. Everything in here is churro. There isn't anything that isn't really. All the different colors. There's nothing that's dyed in these racks right here. So this is ready to go. That was one of the things that attracted me to this breed, was the varieties of color that you can get without having to dye. And then you start with the undyed yarns, these 3, 4 right here. And I've always had an interest in plants, both medicinal, edible, and the plant dyes just sort of was a really nice fit. This is onion skin. So I got started on that here probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
What's the dark orange one?
They're both onion skins.
Okay.
This is the first dye bath, and this is the second one out of the same pot. So you lose a lot of the color of that one. These are all plant dyes. This one's hollyhock flowers. This one is logwood, which has an interesting history. This is mountain mahogany, and Brazil wood, which is another plant dye material that has a long history of use. Both of those are primarily South American woods, so it kind of fits with the sheep as well. And some of the dye materials that you can use, it's amazing the stuff that works for dyeing. Here's the hollyhocks right here, and the onion skins. This one's rabbit brush, which produces a really beautiful yellow. And some of the tools for weaving, like grab bags. This is the raw wool, hasn't been washed, straight off the sheep type of thing. Again, you can see the wide variety of colors. And it also shows, in particular this one, shows that inner and outer coat. A lot of this is outer coat. And here's your inner.
And what's the difference in the feel of those 2 fibers then?
This is very fine, very, very soft, the inner coat.
Okay.
And this is really coarse. This one in particular, she's got a real coarse outer coat to her. Some of them separate easier than others. But again, I don't ever separate them. You can. If you wanted to do something next to your skin, the inner coat is definitely soft enough that you can use it next to your skin. This outer coat, a lot of times if the Navajo separate these fibers, this makes indestructible warp yarn. I mean, because it is long and very, very tough.
Mhm.
And it is a wool, it's not a hair. Some people call it hair, but it actually is wool.
Tell us about these tools. Where do you get these from?
There's a couple places. Both of them are elderly gentlemen
They're
who are
beautiful.
no longer doing stuff. These I've made myself. These tools in here, these are the weaving battens. You need different widths for the Navajo weaving because when you get to the top, you don't have a lot of room. These are more like eco weaving, that kind of stuff.
Did
combs
they hand
are-
cut these combs?
It's kind of a combination.
Okay.
Alan Snipes, these bigger ones here, were made by an individual called Alan Snipes, who's known everywhere for his weaving tools, but he has retired. And this is a gentleman from Napa, near Boise, Idaho. He thought they'd be easy to do. He's a woodworker by profession. He discovered rapidly that those
Yeah.
are a lot tougher to make than they look like they would be.
They're really intricate.
And he loves ironwood. These are all these here are all out of ironwood, so
Can I pay with a card?
they're heavier.
Now, before we leave you, you were talking about the what are those called?
The long ones,
Yes.
battens.
Okay. You're talking about battens. So let's go back over here to this Navajo weaving.
Okay.
And give us this. Give us a little explanation of these.
This one was actually done by a Navajo gentleman, lives down south of Canyon de Chelly. It's all hand spun, all hand dyed, and he's what they would consider to be a master weaver. Saddle blanket size on that one. There's a tremendous amount of work. I trade he loves my stock. He loves my animals, so he will trade me blankets for lambs a lot of times, and that's how I came up with this one. So
And then these two over here.
these two are mine. This is rabbit brush. This bright yellow that's in this and this one. Just different. I used to be a quilter, and I find that there's similarities. You can take a quilt pattern and almost always convert it into a weaving pattern.
And there's
so
that purse you talked about.
There's the purse, yeah, the bead up, and that's all hand dyed. This is juniper, and this one's willow bark.
Awesome. Well, tell us your website again, or how we can find your
My
products.
website is spindancechurros.com, and we're in Boise, Idaho. Usually, if you were to Google Spin Dance Acres, it'll come.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for your time,
Sure, you
Bonnie.
bet.
I'll see you later. All right. Well, the festival is heating up. Lots of people here. People wearing masks. People waving to us. We're going to head right over here to one of my favorites.
Hi, Zoe.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Stacy Drazo, and our farm is called Drazo Family Farm, and we are located in Lonsdale, Minnesota. And we raise Cormo and Cormo crossbred sheep. With other livestock, we have Hereford cattle and Idaho pasture pigs and the whole farm.
Awesome. Could you hold that book up
Sure.
for us over there? Now, we've been hearing a lot about all these different fibers. If you have any interest in what that means, BFL and Lincoln and Churro, this is a great resource for that. So,
And this one is good to bring with you when you go to fiber festivals because it's the pocket size. There's a larger table size that, like tabletop cocktail table size that's not as mobile, but this one is the best one to bring. And I always like bringing this with me to all the shows because some people have never heard of Cormo before, and then they can look it up and see what they're purchasing or interested in.
awesome. Want to show us some of your products here?
Sure. Should we start on this side? This is more colorful side.
It's up to you.
My first product was my daughter.
We can't put her online. We're not supposed to put kids
Oh,
online.
sorry.
Hello, daughter.
I was just being funny, I thought.
No, that's okay.
So we have dryer balls that I sell. These come from what I would call seconds from the sheep because I like to use all product from our fleeces so that we have no waste. So this is one of the products I make using the shorter bits from the fleece is dryer balls. And dryer balls are really good because they're good for the earth. There's no chemicals. They help cut down on the drying time, and they help with a little bit with static cling. And you could use like 2 or 3 per load in the last 3 years, as opposed to all the chemical sheets and plastic bottles that are going to go in the garbage and the landfill. So, and then when you're done with them, you can reshape them, or you can bury them in the soil. And because they're all natural and naturally dyed, they'll decompose in about a year. Yeah, pretty cool. These are our fingering weight yarns. Cormo is super, super soft and squishy. And I use all natural dyes. So Cormo is really good for next to the skin clothing, any type of baby gifts or anything like that. So I have a lot of different color here. Most of the colors are from stuff that I foraged on our farm, like the yarrow. There's black walnut leaves. I have some eucalyptus from a Christmas wreath from a couple years ago that I saved all the eucalyptus leaves and got a really nice pale orange color. Stinging nettles. You can just kind of get the gamut. Some mixes of indigo. And then these 2 colors, oops, are just the natural color from our sheep. You can see Cormo comes in a couple different colors besides just white. So it's a very versatile and colorful sheep, even with all the natural colors. I'll just set that down. Something new that I did this year is with my friend. Her business is called A Woolen Forest, and she raises Angora rabbits, and they are boarding in our barn right now. So we took one of our Cormo Merino cross fleeces and blended it with the Angora, and then our mill added some bamboo, and we're doing a sock yarn this year. So this is like, has a nice shine to it. It's just super soft and squishy, and just a really nice new product that we have. There's pictures of the animals. And then we have the worsted weight yarns, which are great for mittens and hats and just beautiful sweaters and scarves and everything you can think of. This is more fingering weight. This is a collaboration that I did with my friend Shana Scott at Yummy Yarns. She is a pattern designer. And then based on 2 of our natural Cormo colors, she designed this mosaic shawl. So I've kitted up a couple colors together that you can buy. And then I have a link to the Ravelry, her Ravelry account so that you can pick up the pattern from her as well. And then this is some of our roving, the natural colors. This is from our sheep rose. And this is from a mix of my boys and one girl, Lena, Bob, Taz, and Moose. Everybody has a name, and you'll see that on our labels. You'll see the name of the sheep. So if you want to reorder, you can always say, you know, I have Taz's worsted weight skein, and then I'll know what you're talking about. Here we have some of the sport weight yarns. And this is another pattern that my friend did using our this is actually our worsted weight, but natural colors. This golden is from onion skin, and then the gray I got using some iron and some other natural colors to get those. And then I did 2, I'm gonna say color sets to make the cowl and mitt. And this is called Hattie's Fingerless Cowl and Mitt, and that's also on Ravelry using our yarn. And then here we have some batting and some cloud from some of our other sheep. And these guys are Cormo blends. They're still super soft, and those are all natural colors with the exception of the orange. That's a really old, I don't think it was Kool-Aid dye, but this is pretty old stuff that I found, and I thought I'd pull it out today and see what would happen if it would sell. And then this is a really nice, super bulky weight from our U penny, and it's just super, super thick. And I have been using this to make cowls for winter, and it's just a really nice, quick knit. I think it's called the Frosty Cowl pattern that I've been using. And it's just, these are 100 yards and the pattern's 90 yards, and it just makes this super, super warm cowl. And it's been great for our Minnesota winters when it's been like -40 out. And then another thing that I've done is I've been knitting up using some of our core spun yarn. I've been doing some hot pads, and then some larger ones, some roasting for roasting pans and for cookie sheets. Kind of did it out of necessity because I hate when I would pull hot stuff out of the oven and put it on a small hot pad and everything would be wobbly when you're trying to cut it up. And then I have some of our natural core spun yarns that's really excellent for weaving rugs or making some really big knitting projects. And then up on top, my friend Alejandra and I, we've been waiting to do this for quite a while. We had to wait till our flowers were ready, but we did some eco printing on flour sack towels and some dyeing with indigo. So you'll see like that one right there is used with iron and some marigold and black-eyed Susan, and then the grays come in from the giant iron spike that we used. And then there's some, I believe that's avocado dyed. And then
Avocado is pink.
yeah, avocado comes out pink. And with the coreopsis. And then the pink on this one in the bottom is actually from copper, like from a copper pipe that you use for plumbing.
Well, you can use everything.
Yeah, you can use everything, and you can mix all different flowers and over dye stuff and add different minerals, and it really changes all the natural colors that you can get out of like one flower. You can go from like a light yellow to olive green depending on what you add to it. So it's all kind of cool that you can just kind of pick it out of your, I mean, honestly, a park, a yard, the leaves on your tree, the leaves that fall down on the ground, and get natural color.
Awesome. Tell us your website one more time before we
Sure.
leave you.
Sure. Our website is www.drazofamilyfarm.com. And I don't have everything here from Copper K listed right now. I'm going to be uploading that after I leave. But there is still a lot of product listed up there. And then we're also on Facebook and on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Ellie. I don't. Let me look at my thing.
We're going to head down this way. What time is it? Thank you. We're going to finish up with one of the more popular booths this year. If we can grab one of these people, they're very busy. But we're going to show you these spinning wheels here.
Hi.
Hi, I know you're busy, but I wanted to end with a really popular booth. So tell us who you are.
We are Athena Spinning. We manufacture travel spinning wheels in the Midwest. They are all handmade by my husband and I.
Okay.
They are made out of hardwood, typically maple or maple walnut. They come down, they come apart so that you can put them in a tote bag. So they disassemble now as far as the
Sorry, I got you on the spot.
That's okay. In just a few seconds to
Let's get in here where we can see what
There
you're
you go.
doing.
So this comes apart and it fits in a little tote bag. Goes together just as easily. Pop those in.
And how much does it weigh?
They weigh 10 pounds in our standard maple and walnut combinations. Some of the more exotics are a little heavier, but no more than 12 pounds. They have an infinitely adjustable ratio. So rather than having to be subjected to whatever the whorl is that you have, you can slide this down for 5-to-1, up for 13-to-1, or set it to whatever is comfortable for you. And they are available online. We have an Instagram and a Facebook page and our website, athenaspinning.com.
Great. So tell us how you got started in all of this.
I wanted a wheel and I couldn't try one. There was nowhere to try it. And so my husband and I both build furniture and he's an engineer. And we had a little time between insurance adjusting jobs. And so he went into the garage off and on and we had a wheel. And someone said, gosh, you could probably sell those. And so here we are selling these.
How long ago was that?
We sold our very first wheel June 2nd of 2018. So just over 2 years.
So very new company. Tell us what kind of woods you've used in this one.
So this is a mesquite and maple combination. A little more exotic. We only have, I think, 6 of these out in the world. And then we also have options available where you can choose to have a Celtic design engraved. We have actually 4 designs available to have engraved, and those are a special order. And then we have our most exotic, which is our Purple Heart wheel, and that's a Purple Heart maple. And then we have our Lazy Kates for 3, they hold 3 bobbins, and everything stores in the back. So,
Awesome.
and then
One
all
more
of our
over
wheels-
here.
All of our wheels come standard with 3 6-ounce bobbins.
Okay.
And then we also have 8-ounce and 4-ounce available.
So which one is the 6-ounce?
This is the 6-ounce. We just sold the 8. So that's our 6-ounce. And that's what you get standard.
Awesome. And here's their website again with all their information. We need you on here too.
You gotta say hi, show them my pretty face.
Hello,
There's the engineer.
that's me. I just did as I was told. She told me what she wanted, I made it happen.
So now that we're out here in the light a little bit, let's take a look at all these parts. Maybe you can tell us about all these parts on here again?
Sure. Let me put this
Yeah,
here.
I'm going to stand on this side. Sorry, getting adjusted.
So when this gets full, you change your, this is called a bobbin. You change it by just pulling this off and then putting it back down. It'll spin it, latches it. You bring your fiber up through here, through these hooks up here, and it goes right into this orifice here. So this wheel's not completely unique, but pretty unique in that you can change your speed, like changing gears on a 10-speed. This is really slow for fiber to long twist or for beginners. If you have real fine fiber, you need a lot more twist. You want to spin faster, you slide it out here, and because it's a longer amount of travel, this spins more often.
And that's the ratio she was talking about
Right,
before.
exactly. Yeah. So this is designed as a travel wheel, and so it comes apart. That slides out. These pop off. This comes off. And it'll fit inside of a tote, Trader Joe's tote. It'll fit in your overhead luggage. We get people buying these who are RVers who live in. We had a woman first walked into our booth and was overjoyed because she moved into a 240 square foot tiny house and had to get rid of her spinning wheel. And was missing it so much, was overjoyed because she could put this in the bag, hang it on the wall, and spin again.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's kind of a fun little thing about this job.
Awesome.
Bring joy to people.
Well, thank you. Tell me your name again.
My name is Mark.
Mark. All right. Mark with Athena Spinning. And that's going to bring us to the end of our first hour. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Zoe, this is so amazing. We have so many people online watching. And did you get my text that we have a winner for the first giveaway? It's Leanne Evans in California. So I'll send you her information.
Nice.
And it's such a beautiful day. We have about 2,000 people watching. Some folks are having to come and go, but
I lost my
yeah.
map somewhere.
Thank
you.
I'm going to post all the websites for everybody, and then we will meet you back here at 1 o'clock Mountain Time for another round.
Okay. How was that? Was that
That was fabulous.
prompting
We're live, and I'm showing some pictures of all of the different places right now. So we're still going live, and I'm going to just run through those online really quickly so everybody can see all the websites. And tell me how exciting it is there, and have you been in to have food yet?
No, I haven't had any food yet. I've been very busy with this, but I did see some yummy cinnamon rolls. I know from experience they will make vegetarian lunches for people. And all of the vendors that I have shown you this morning are all people that I have bought products and used products from in the past, either here or at the Fiber Festival in Billings, Montana. So I can highly recommend any of these products or any of the classes here. If you ever have the opportunity to make it up here to Montana, this is a very small little town in the middle of a valley. There are mountains all around. It is gorgeous, and I highly recommend it.
Well, thank you, Zoe. And, you know, this afternoon, we're going to want a tour of the barn.
Okay.
Because, like, that is the most fabulous barn ever. And we're going to want to see the layout of food, because even though we can't be with you, we're all really hungry. And I have to tell you, we have an awful lot of people online who are saying, can we buy some of that stuff? Can we buy some of that stuff? So I think we're going to have to talk with some of the vendors about that as a possibility when they've fulfilled all the needs of the Montanans.
Absolutely.
Okay, I also want to give a little shout out to a place nearby called Shadow Mountain Resort. It's about 17 miles from the farm. And my friend and I stayed there when we came, and it is a fabulous place for so many reasons I can't even tell you. But it is an amazing place that they built by hand, and it's all eco-friendly and is just like this amazing place. So I'm going to let you go because I know you're probably thirsty and hungry, and I will see you back at 1 your time. Thank you, Zoe.
All right. Thanks, Mary.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.